All right, you guys. Thank you for being here with me again. Thank you for tolerating me. Thank you for those that like and share my videos. Thank you for all your support. Okay. It's been a while. Been kind of busy. I've been moving stuff around the office. I've been, I can't tell you, the weather's been changing. That's why I'm here during the week. When it rains, we don't work, Some people depend on the rain. Farmers depend on the rain. Thank God they're getting the rain that they need. Right? But for us in the construction industry, when it rains, we're SOL, It's not bad. It is what it is. All right. I want to talk about some things that have been going through my mind a lot lately. I've been receiving a lot of friend requests from a lot of people I used to know in the past. And some I never thought I'd see again. And one of the things that has me thinking is when I go and I look at those friend requests and this person looks familiar. I recognize the name, but then it's a small world. And I go on their pictures and I click on their pictures. Man, she still looks the same. After 20, 25 years, she still looks the same. You go on her videos and you dig around and, because you're trying to find out what this person's up to, whether you're going to accept her or him a lot at all, So I go on their videos and it shows the full bodies. You tell yourself, man, she looks nothing like he used to in that picture. You message him, hey, how you been? Hey, I didn't recognize you. Oh, that's an old picture. Why do you have an old picture up? They're not catfishing. Married, obviously. Doing what you gotta do, for your family. But why do you have an old picture? And it's got me thinking a lot. Why do we keep going back to our old selves? Being our old selves can either be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. It could be a good thing if you were stuck doing the wrong things and you became religious or you found God, whoever it is that you believe in. And now you're a better person and now you're working. And I've seen a lot of those. I've seen a lot of people in church. You see them in suits and ties. And you talk to them. They're nice people. And when they start telling you their testimony, or when you find out what their testimony is and where they come from, you tell yourself, dang, you're the last person that I would imagine was a drug dealer, was a gangster, was a shot caller, was whatever it might be. I'm not going to tell you I was once one of those people. I've done a lot of wrong in my life. A lot. I've done the drugs. I've done the dealing. I was never involved in the hood. I was never, I don't believe in all that north side or south side or whatever side you're from. I don't believe in that. I believe we're all humans, and your circumstances are what cause you to do whatever you have to do in order to survive out there, not the hood you live in. Okay? The reason why I believe a lot of people are out there and they're claiming these hoods is because government. I believe the government has you there. I don't believe your circumstances have you there because everybody has a way out. Like I said, I've known a lot of people who had nothing and there's something now. I got a couple of those people that are they're in the lending business. They're millionaires. They're in the real estate business and they're millionaires. They roll up their sleeves, loosen up their tie, and they are covered in tattoos. A lot of them have a crazy past. You know what sets everybody different is that You are not a product of your bad past if that's where you come from. I know. I don't come from a very nice childhood. I was abused physically, mentally, sexually, and it's not something that I sit here and I say proud of, because it is what made me who I am now. I am what I am now because of all those experiences that I went through. They were painful. They're painful. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. Last night I woke up because for some reason, don't dig in the past, because you might find something that you don't want to remember or you don't want to know about. But us with ADHD, we're overthinkers. I have ADHD and I overthink everything. Okay. But the reason why I am where I am now, and the reason why I help people the way I help them now, the reason why I don't judge those homeless in the streets is because I've been there. I've been homeless. I know what it's like to dig in your car to see if maybe some change fell out of your pocket. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what the prices are now, but before COVID in 2017, 2018, 2016, around those years, when I was really struggling, a Big Gulp and a hot dog at 7-Eleven were $2.17 here in California. They were $2.17. And I remember digging through my car, through the seats in the back. And I remember one day I was able to come up with $2.16. And the guy grabbed a penny from the counter. He said, "Here, you have $2.17. I've never been so grateful. I know what it's like to sleep under the lights in the big parking lot. I've been there. I've done that. That's why I don't judge people. Okay? But I don't let the past define me. I don't let the past define who I am now. I understand a lot of people come from bad past. My family, I have some family members that are incredible, that are amazing. I have some brothers now that are in church. One of them was a drug dealer. He used to cook drugs in the oven where they used to cook for us, and the other one was a car thief. Big shots, And you talk to them now and you will never know. It's a transformation that God has done in their life, and that is why they are where they are now, and they're blessed. They're on their way to retirement right now, and they're blessed. I have a big family, so I have a little bit of everything in my family. I don't have time to talk about all that, and I'm not going to talk about it without their permission, even though they're family. But don't let your past define you. A lot of times, all those people, you see their pictures on Facebook and they look good, and then you find out that those pictures are from 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I'm telling you, because I done that. And why do we do that? It's more painful when other people realize that is not you anymore. When they find out that you are not that person on the picture anymore. You got to avoid certain situations. You can't go out and meet them. Oh, it's been 20 years since I seen you. Let me go see you. Oh man, you look good. And they compliment you on your pictures, and then you find excuses not to go because, man, I'm not that person on the picture anymore. You get embarrassed. If you want to be that person so bad, why not just do it? This year has been a crazy year for me. I went from 295 pounds to about 250 right now, 240 something. I've lost 50 pounds in the last few months. And not because I have something to prove to anybody. but because I just want to see if it's true. I hear a lot of motivators online, and they always talk about everything starts from within. Well, let's start making some changes, man. Let's see if things really begin to change, and they have. I asked a very important person in my life one day, when I was big, when I was 295 pounds, I asked that person, I said, hey, you think I can ever start a podcast? They looked at me dead in the face and they said, nope. Just like that. I thrive on negative motivation. If I have something in my heart, a spark of something that I can do, by all means, I will accomplish it. I've always gotten everything that I've ever wanted because I've always heard other people saying that it can't be done. I was talking to somebody from an old company the other day. He was a kid when he first came to me, and he was a laborer. He was shoveling and he was throwing the dirt on top of himself, and now he's one of the baddest foremen in this company. I still talk to him. He's a good friend of mine. He's the one that helped me get my general engineering license. And this person, I mean, seeing what he was before and seeing where he is now, it's like, damn. But then I was stubborn, very stubborn. I had a crazy ass attitude. I was one of those better than nothing guys. You know what? If that's all you got, then send them to me, because I'd rather deal with his attitude than not have anybody. I was one of those better than nothing guys. Well, better than nothing. He'll help us out somehow. I told those guys, man, you'll see. Someday I'll make it. I started doing my little side jobs. Yeah, I got in trouble. Got sued a couple times for working without a license. You know, freaking people don't want to pay and they give you a hard time and shit happens, you know. But it's life, you know, it's part of success. It comes and goes. It's up, it's down, it's good, it's bad. Man, it's like the stock market. Actually, you get a bigger thrill out of trying to become successful than you do being a trader in a freaking stock market, even though it's the same thing. Everybody's trying to hit big. But I was one of those guys. Nobody ever believed I could do it. Got my general engineering license. I remember the first time I got my office. Those people who you think are going to be your biggest supporters turn out to be your biggest disappointment. I've learned to get away from friends, family. I feel so happy when somebody's doing so good that I try everything I can to help them out. And I never say, oh, it's because of me that they're like this. It's because of me that they're like that. I've never said that. I just get happy when I see people succeeding. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. I just like them when I see those people that are nothing and become something. That's the reason why I started this podcast. And now I'm going to have a lot of those people on here. So, everybody who once told you couldn't do it, success really is the best revenge. And I'm not saying become successful to get some sort of revenge. Don't. Do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Your past. It can either be positive or negative. You may not have liked that person you were, now you're different. But then again, what if you were better in your past? What if you were better looking? What if you were more successful? How many people do you know go up to you and tell you, hey, I used to make this much money. I had these cars. I had so much money in the bank. I had so much jewelry. I had these shoes. I had these vehicles. I had this house. It's annoying to hear those people. It really is. It sucks to listen to people that always tell you, oh, the has-beens, right? I've been this, I've been that. It sucks. It's easier to listen to somebody that is willing to tell you, look, I once had nothing. They're a lot more believable. Why? Because we all come into this world with nothing. And at one point in our lives, it doesn't matter what they gave us growing up. When we turn 18, when we're adults, we're on our own. Now, what we decide to make of that, it's on us. So it's easier to believe somebody when they tell you, you know what, I come from nothing. And look what I've built. Their success stories, their pain and suffering. But they have something to back it. Okay? And they're successful. They don't give up. It's motivating. It's good to listen to those people. But it's easier to listen to those people than it is to listen to the people, to the has-beens. Nobody ever wants to be a has-been. And you know what? If you were once a has-been and you stayed where you're at because you quit, you deserve to be where you are. You deserve to have nothing. You deserve to have nothing. Okay? Has-beens are always going to stay there because they don't know what it's like to get up. Okay? Not quitting, getting up every day and getting after it, not being the same person you were before. And if the person you were before fell, getting up is a lot harder, but it's a lot more rewarding. Okay? So nobody ever wants to listen to has-beens. If you're one of those has-beens, man, stop it. Stop it. Nobody wants to listen to you. Nobody wants to hear what you used to be. I mean, unless you're a veteran or something, then I'll be more than happy to listen to your has-been story, because I know that life is rough and you had to do what you had to do. A lot of people are messed up. It has been. He has been in the military. Those people I'll be more than happy to listen to. Actually, I go to the VA and I love listening to those older folk. Actually, when I did my PTSD therapy, I did it with a bunch of Vietnam vets, and hearing their stories motivated me. Okay, so those has-beens, I'll be more than happy to listen to. Anybody else? You're just a broken record. You're just a nobody. Because all it really shows, it doesn't matter how good you talk about whatever it is that you were, everybody's always going to see failure and your willingness to get up. And they're just not going to see it. So they're going to ignore you. They're going to be thinking about something else. Okay? So your past has several driving factors into who you are now. What has it made you? What has your past made you? I was abused physically, mentally, sexually as a kid. It's not easy for me to go out there and say this. It's not. But it is what it is. It's what made me who I am now. Now, I chose to take all of that and make something positive of it. How many stories do you hear? Oh, in court, all those stories of all those people that go to court. I like watching court TV. I like watching those police chase videos. I like seeing dumb people go down thinking they could get away. I do. But when they go to court, how many times do you hear, oh, they were abused? They were hurt physically, mentally, weak-minded. It was an excuse. How do I know? Because I come from there. It's like they say, you're not gonna bullshit a bullshitter. What are you gonna do? You can't convince me otherwise. I lived in the ghetto, man. I come from a very poor place in Mexico. And then when we came to the US, man, I lived in LA. I lived in Compton and Watts and Inglewood. Moved to East Side San Jose, Astoria and King. When I lived in Texas, I lived in Houston, and we lived at Fulton Village before it became the nice housing that it is now. Those nice condos used to be called Fulton Village, and it was the projects. We moved from there to the Little York projects. You're not gonna tell me that there's no way out, because you decide your own destiny. Anybody who says, this is how I grew up and it's all I know, you stupid as hell, man. I grew up like that. I just chose to make something positive of everything. You think I want to continue the life of the people that I was surrounded by growing up? No. I make my own way. And when I changed my mind, when I changed my way of thinking, everything changed for me. I know what it's like to be homeless. Been there, done that. I've lost both my parents. My mom died like 2 weeks before I turned 8. My dad was never there. I've done drugs before. I've never been into gangs. I don't believe in gangs. I don't believe in North Side or South Side or whatever color it is that you represent. I don't believe in that. That's what the government wants you to become. They want you to become a hood figure. You know? I've done the drug dealing. I grew up with people. I lived with people that were drug dealers, and it messed up my family. So I come from some of the best drug dealers, and I had some of the best musicians in my family. My dad was a musician, right? But I decided not to be the best of anything. Just do my own thing. I broke away from whatever I was destined to become. I was destined to either become a drug dealer or dead, being an alcoholic, or life of a musician. I decided not to be any of that. That's what your past wants you to believe, that you are there and that's all you're ever gonna be. It starts getting you scared. But you don't have to be a product of your past. And if you're a product of your past, use it to be something positive. Okay? So your past can either be something good or it can be something bad. It can be something worth escaping if you don't come from a good past, or it might be something that you want to go back to. If you were better before than you are now, yeah, who doesn't want to go back? Okay? Just don't let your past define you. Because if you thought you were good before, and I'm saying to go back to your past, I'm not saying go back to the exact same person you used to be before. Be better than you were before. Be better than the good past that you had before. I'm preaching to myself right now. We're all in this struggle. We're all trying to become better some way or another. I work on myself every day. And a lot of the times that I come here and I explain myself because these are situations that I'm currently living. And I know that a lot of people are currently living those situations as well. We're all in this together to help each other out. Now, once you start bettering yourself, you'll notice how everything around you starts to change. Like with me, okay? My clients might look a little cleaner now when I go do an estimate. I'll carry a change of clothes with me in the truck so I can at least maybe change my shirt. I got used to carrying, fragrances. I carry colognes and body sprays with me. Sometimes you're out there in the grind and, excuse my French, but you smell like ass, man. And you'll go out there to these clients and you're trying to convince these clients to give you $100,000 of their money, and you smell like ass and sweat, and you're a young kid and you're overweight. It's very hard. And if you can convince those people like I did, it's because they see the way you talk and they see the way you speak and they give you a chance. I've been told by clients, I'm gonna give you a chance. I don't know why. I'm just gonna give you a chance. And those are the people that I most definitely tried my hardest not to let down. But then being overweight, looking dirty, yeah, it feels good because they see that, oh, he's just coming from a job site or he's working, but nobody ever wants to see the boss working. You're the boss. Why does the boss have to be working? It's good to go out there and help your laborers and your operators every now and then, but going out there and getting the work for them is a lot more important, and going out there making sure that the job is done is a lot more important, and looking good is even more important than that. So why did I decide to do it? Because I wanted to see if all those motivators out there knew what they were talking about. And you know what? After I tried it, I liked it. Why? Because I've never been as fat as I was. 295 pounds. I'm at 247. Thank God. I feel better about myself. You know what? I feel a lot happier going to these clients. Because if you take care of yourself, they know that you take care of everything else. And they might trust you a little bit more. So if I go back to my past, I might go back to my past in the way that I like the way I felt. But I'm better than I am back then. Experiences teach you a lot. Daily life will teach you a lot. You don't have to go out there and look for experiences. Experiences will find you if you are willing to try. You have to put your fears aside and just go out there and do it. Once you do it, you're going to experience things that you never thought you were going to live through. You become wiser. You're able to go out there and give some credibility to your testimony. Okay? Don't let your past define you. Okay? And don't let your past catch up to you. Remember, God will get you away from a lot of people that He knows are going to bring you down instead of helping you out. Be careful who you surround yourself with at work, at home, on social media. You don't have to be in front of that person. You don't have to be next to that person to want to be like that person and for that person to bring you down. You don't. You can do it on social media. Screw that. If that person is, I'm not telling you to go out there and get a divorce. I'm not telling you to go out there and get separated and break up with whoever, right? I'll never do that. I'm just telling you that, just like my brother always tells me, he goes, you're a grown ass person, man. You know what you're doing. And you know what's best for you. You know where you want to be. So if anything happens, it's on you, brother. He tells me this a lot. Every time I wanna do something new. Okay? So just remember, going back to your past is not just an old picture of you that you're posting now. Definitely don't go back to your past if you're in the wrong path. If you're moving forward and you're driving forward, don't look at the rearview mirror. I did that when I left the military. I remember driving out of that damn base in New York. I didn't even look back. But now I'm proud of everything that I did. But if your past involves people, be smart about it. If they're looking for you, it's because they know that you're on something that they want to be a part of, and they either want to see you succeed or they want to see you fail. Fuck them. Get away from them. Love you guys. It never surprises me that while I'm talking to you guys, a lot of times, a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, a lot of what I know, I'm really growing with you guys. I'm growing. So if you're watching this and it helps you, thank God. It's helping you the same way it's helping me. So I love you. And until the next one, you guys take care. From nothing to something. All right. Peace.